What's your go-to joke when someone says tell me a joke? A limbo dancer walks into a bar. Gets disqualified. A baby seal walks into a club. Oh no. What's a pirate say when he turns 80? A gem at edge. What did the pirate say when he had a heart attack? Agni hearty. Knock knock. Who's there? To who? Ahem. To whom? English teachers love this one. What do you call a naughty elf? An insubordinate clause. I'm addicted to drinking brake fluid, but I can stop anytime. Used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, but I turned myself around. Have a friend that was addicted to soap, but he's clean now. A pirate walks into a bar. The bartender asks, is that a steering wheel in your pants? The pirate responds, aye, it's driven me nuts. Why did the partially blind man fall down the well? He couldn't see that well. My friend keeps saying cheer up man. It could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. It doesn't help, but I know he means well. I was at the funeral of a friend of mine, and his wife asked me if I could say a quick word. I stood at the front of the church, cleared my throat, choked back the tears, and said, plethora, apostrophe. Thank you. His wife said as I sat back down. That means a lot, apostrophe. Yesterday I bought a pair of shoes from my drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. Love it LMAO. Why does the Little Mermaid wear seashells? Because she's too big for bee shells. Underrated. I'm not sure if it is underrated, but it for sure is rated. What do you call a French man wearing sandals? Philip. What did the French hen say when it got kicked in the stomach? Oaf. Why do the French only use one egg per omelette? Cause one egg is UNOAF. Drill sergeant, private. I didn't see you at camouflage drills today! Exclamation mark. Private, thank you, sir. A classic military joke in my country. Private Petrov's mother died, and the top brass told his drill sergeant to inform him, but do it delicately. On the next day the sergeant gathers the entire platoon and shouts, privates, everyone who has a mother, move 2 steps to the front. Petrov, where the hell are you going? Exclamation mark. Apostrophe. The Dalai Lama walks into a pizza shop and says, can you make me one with everything? Semicolon. Was told by an Australian news anchor to the actual Dalai Lama, and it's been my go-to ever since. Well, I'd tell you the one about Jonestown, but the punk line is too long. Apostrophe. Edit. Thanks for the silver. This one got a groan. There's one similar to this where you tell a long story about a groom prepping for his wedding. Everywhere he goes there's a long lanoop, the tux rental place, the caterer etc. Drag the story out as long as you can with him waiting in lineups everywhere he goes. Then talk about the wedding and how once they got to the reception he went straight to the refreshments table and served himself right away because there was no punchline, and then just let the joke stop there and walk away. I went to a beekeeper to get 12 bees. He counted and gave me 13. Sir, you gave me an extra. That's a freebie. Edit. Harley sheet. Feeling all the love right meow. Let's all plant some wildflowers for our friends. This stupid joke is my favorite one in this thread so far. What's wrong with me? It's a cute joke that's appropriate for all ages and includes bees. Also the image of someone buying just 12 bees is hilarious. Perfect joke emo. What's the difference between a good joke and a bad joke timing? What's the difference between a joke and a rhetorical question? There's 2 types of people. Those that can extrapolate from an incomplete dataset. I'm writing a book about falling down stairs. It's a step-by-step guide. Did you hear about the alcoholic who fell down the stairs? He was praised for how quickly he completed the 12-step program. Clean. What do you call an alligator wearing a vest? An investigator. Dirty. What's the difference between a garbanzo bean and a chickpea? I've never paid $300 to have a garbanzo bean in my mouth. What's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi? People in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do. I enjoyed your little story so much I felt it deserved an award. I don't have gold to give you, but please accept this lovely sponge as a token of my admiration. This one's a little NSFW. A man goes to the doctor for a checkup. The doctor tells him, You need to stop masturbating. Apostrophe. The man says. Really? Why? Apostrophe. The doctor says. Because I'm trying to examine you. Apostrophe. I was thrilled to hear my doctor say I could have a stroke at any time. A doctor stands up suddenly in the middle of a meeting holding up a thermometer and says, "Some asshole has my pen." Apostrophe. What state serves the smallest drinks? Minnesota. What did the drummer name his daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2. I went to the saddest wedding this past week. So sad that the cake was in tears. The drummer joke is the epitome of a dad joke. We all know where the Big Apple is. But do you know where the Minneapolis is? What's yellow and can't swim? A school bus. What's grey and very bad for your teeth? Pavement. What's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. What's blue and bad for your teeth? The same brick going really fast. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know. But the flag is a big plus. Literally the first response when you Google joke. I used the same resource yesterday when my prof lost internet. So I could entertain the class. Two scientists walk into a bar. The bartender says, "What can I get you?" Apostrophe. The first scientist says, "I'll have an H2O." Apostrophe. The second scientist says, "I'll have an H2O. Too." Apostrophe. The second scientist died. Two scientists walk into a bar. The first scientist says, "I'll have an H2O." The second scientist says, "I'll have an H2O. Too." Apostrophe. The bartender rolls his eyes and gives them both water. Because he understands pragmatic context and the bar doesn't stock hydrogen peroxide anyways. Then he tells them they have to actually buy something if they want to stay at the bar. Two scientists walk into a bar. First one says, "I'll have some H20. Second one says, "I'll have a glass of water too." What the duck, Steve? Who orders water like that? Pretentious dick. Apostrophe. What did one snowman say to the other? "Do you smell carrots?" Apostrophe. Why did Frosty smile? He heard the snowblower coming. What did the grape say when he got stepped on? Nothing. But he let out a little whine. What's worse than biting into an apple and finding a worm? Finding half a worm? I was gonna say being raped by a giant scorpion, but I guess that's bad too. When 3 people have sex, it's called a threesome. When 2 people have sex, it's called a twosome. Now I understand why they call you handsome. Is it because I'm devilishly good looking? Name definitely checks out. What do you get when you cross an insomniac, an agnostic and a dyslexic? Someone who lays awake all night wondering whether there is or isn't a dog. People who mix up entomology and etymology bug me in ways I can't describe. 3 guy friends are taking a walk. Guy 1 says, "Hey, did you know 1/3 men are gay?" Guy 2 says, "I hope it's Guy 3 because I think he's cute." I love this joke. I've used it a few times if I'm with a new group with guys, and it's always one in however many guys there are. Last summer we were sitting around a fire and I was, "Did you know that 1 in 5 guys is gay?" "Really? Yeah. I hope he's cute." I always use dreamy. A Freudian psychoanalyst walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve Freudian psychoanalysts here." The Freudian psychoanalyst says, "Methodica." Apostrophe. How many Freudians does it take to change a light bulb? 2. One to change the bulb and the other to hold his cock while he's doing it. Ladder. I meant to hold his ladder. An Irishman, a Scot, and an Englishman order a beer at a pub. A fly lands in each of their drinks. Englishman orders a new beer. The Irishman shrugs and drinks it anyway. The Scot grabs the fly by the wings and yells, "Spit it out. Yeah, wee bastard." Apostrophe. So a penguin was driving down the road on his way into town. All of a sudden his car breaks down. So he takes it to the penguin mechanic. The mechanic says it will take a few hours to diagnose and he should walk around town for a while. So the penguin walks around and finds an ice cream shop. He gets his favorite vanilla ice cream cone. Because he is a penguin with stupid penguin flippers, it gets all over his flippers and face. The penguin returns back to the mechanic and asks if he knows what is wrong with his car. The mechanic looks over and says, "It looks like you blew a seal. I lolled at this one the longest. : Close bracket. Two peanuts were walking down the street. One was assaulted. As Dan Avedon has said, this works best afraid, or said in an old Jewish man voice. So this guy goes to his doctor and says, "Doctor, you've got to help me. I'm having these awful silent farts. In fact, there's one right now." The doctor says, "Well, first of all, you're going deaf." No. You've got to tell it this way. A little old lady goes to the doctor and says, "Doctor, I have a terrible problem with gas. But it doesn't bother me much. My farts are always silent and never smell. I probably farted 15 times since I've been here. And you didn't realize it." The doctor says, "Interesting. Why don't you take these pills and come see me in a week?" The old lady returns in a week and says, "I don't know what the hell you gave me. My farts are still silent. But my god, they stink!" Exclamation mark. The doctor says, "Excellent. Now that your sinuses are cleared, let's work on your hearing. That's much funnier." Two men walk into a bar. The third ducks. "Did you hear there was a kidnapping at the local school?" "It's okay. The kid woke up." "What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?" "Supplies. UHF. We don't need no stinking badgers!" Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. What's the average temperature of a tauntaun? Lukewarm. Did you hear about the chameleon who couldn't change his colors? He had erectile dysfunction. What's the difference between a disgusting transport center that's covered in grime and dirt and a lobster with a boob job? One's a crusty bus station and the other is a busty crustacean. What's the difference between you and a mallard with a cold? One's a sick duck. I forget how the rest goes, but your mother's a whore. Have you heard the one about the 3 holes in the ground? Well. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.